first you heard of the Nexus and who pitched it to you? Say pitched it to you, but who told you you were doing it, essentially?
Brother, we didn't know anything. Um, it was one of those things to where NXT was wrapping up, elimination, 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 elimination. It came down to Wade, Gabriel, and Otunga because I think I was the one eliminated right before that. And then I remember Wade won it, but then they never told us shit. They never told us, hey, we got this plan for you. They never told us anything. The only thing they told us was, hey, go back to Florida and, we'll get in touch with you. You know what I mean? So it was like one of those things to where we're all scratching our heads and we're just like, oh no, we're going to be stuck in developmental forever now. Like, did we shit the bed? like, what's happening here? Like, we didn't know. And then I remember it was Miami, Florida, and they called us all down there to where I'm like, well, I'm guessing they're going to tell us what's going to happen to us, face to face instead of over the phone, which they wouldn't. And they would they would just email you and say, hey, keep your ass in Florida. They wouldn't even give a shit. But dude, I remember we all went down to Miami and we went in Vince's office and it was all 8 of us. And it was Vince, Hayes, Arn, Laurinaitis, Pat Patterson, like all the high ups, with all the crap. And I remember Vince literally said, hey guys, I got an idea. We're going to call you the Nexus. You're going to be a group. I want y'all to be like a pack of wolves. I want y'all to be like hyenas on a prey, like just telling us like, hey man, this is what I want. He literally pulled out the armbands, passed them around to all of us. And he literally pretty much said, I want y'all to destroy everything inside the barrier. And I remember we just all sitting there looking around like, oh shit, like this is happening. Like, is this really happening? Like, what's going on? Like, we're all confused, And I remember he said, the only thing I want y'all not to do is don't hit a fan and don't touch a camera, And we're just like, done, He's like, but honestly, I want you to make the inside of that bowl look like a bomb went off. So we just was like, okay, all right, we can do this. And the only people that knew that whole damn night was Cena and Punk. That was it, So next thing you know, like we're still in our little suits, walking around, this and that. It was like a match before John's went out. We all had this like little shit, janitor's closet. We're literally taking our suits off, putting on our gear, and they put everybody in gorilla, to see it. And then they took us all around the bowl so we can go in at the angles. And yeah, man, that's pretty much how it happened. Like we showed up at Raw and they said, all right, guys, I hope you're ready. Hey, thrown in the fire again. Here's a perfect example. But it was live on television, the prime hour of Raw. And think about it, man. It's been what, 12 years? And people still talk about this shit.
Yeah.
And what blows my mind is that, like, if there wasn't so many egos involved years ago, Nexus would have lasted longer than 7 months. You know what I mean? But there's too many egos, and we were 8 young kids coming up, ready and firing at all cylinders, to where like they kind of stopped the momentum, man.
Was now I've got a terrible memory. I'm not like loads of other people who can pluck all the dates out of the air, but is this also the one where Daniel Bryan did the tie thing with Justin
Same
Roberts?
Night, man.
Yeah.
Yep. Same night.
Do you? I suppose because obviously you didn't do it, but do you remember the reaction to him doing the tie strangling thing and what happened in the back afterwards?
Well, Justin Roberts was getting strangled by the tie, and I'm right in front of him, smacking him in his face. So I was right there for it, bro. I was right there. But the thing is that the only direction we got, don't touch a fan, don't touch a camera. Daniel did nothing wrong, man. Daniel did nothing wrong. Daniel did everything that he wanted to do and could have done and get away with it. I don't really know the whole story behind how and why he got released. Maybe the whole choking thing is against the law or the rules up there. And, he spit on John Cena too, and that was like a no-no. So it's like one of those things where like he didn't have to get fired for it. And it's funny because they told us to get on camera, well, Wade anyway, and say that Daniels kicked out because he wasn't, aggressive enough. And I'm like, brother, that don't make sense. He's the most aggressive. You know what I mean? So it was just one of those things where you're like scratching your head, like, what? But no, man, it was one of those things where I feel like, if anything, they should have just reeled him in and that's it. But then again, who knows if he would have been as over as he was if he didn't get fired and come back at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe it did help him. Maybe it helped him overall. You know what I mean? So who knows?
Yeah, it made that look like the fans clamour for him even more, maybe.
Yeah. So it worked out for him, but I don't feel like what he did should have got him fired.